Hey there, I'm Z Slingsby. I am an online business strategy coach, and I teach a lot of how to strategically position yourself on your social media so that you're driving the right traffic, the right behaviors, and the right clients into your offers. Whether you are looking for low ticket volume sales, whether you're looking for high ticket, smaller number of clients, maybe premium clients, or if you're looking for low ticket that maybe leads to high, it really doesn't matter. What I'm going to teach you here is so important. Also, I built my entire business off of organic. I just started playing around with ads the last couple of months, but here's what I'm going to tell you. Same thing. What I'm going to teach you in this training does not matter if it's organic or if you're doing ads. You really want to understand the concept of top of funnel, mid funnel, and bottom funnel content. So let's dive in. Top of funnel content is going to be when someone first comes into your world. So let's pretend that you are a picky eating coach. One of my clients is an awesome coach for parents of picky eaters, okay? So top of funnel would be content that might first get your client thinking, I wonder if this is something I could need. They may have not even thought of needing you yet, or maybe the thought briefly entered their mind that they're struggling with a problem you solve, but they didn't even know you exist. Let me give you an example. You're having dinner with your family and you're thinking, gosh, this is so stressful. And you say something to your spouse or significant other and you say, oh my gosh, I'm so stressed out because nothing I put in front of him, he's willing to eat, and I'm worried he's going to start losing weight and he's lacking nutrients. And of course, we know that our phone is listening. And so now Instagram and our social media starts to put people in front of us, right? This is actually happening. And so all of a sudden you see something come across your explore feed about picky eating. And you're like, gosh, I never really thought about my child needing a picky eating coach or needing tips from a picky eating coach, but I guess I'll click on this, right? This is very top of funnel. So you are just starting to think about needing someone. Your client is just starting to think I might need someone, all right? Your content up here is not going to be choose my program, book a clarity call, right? They're just not there yet. It might be download this freebie. It might be here are some things that you could work on. Here's some tips. It's helping to establish that you have a problem that this individual or this account can potentially help you solve. And here are some ways to stay connected. You could follow the person, you could download a freebie, you can get into my world without a massive commitment, right? You're not having to buy immediately. Now, mid-funnel content is for folks who recognize they have a problem, but they have not quite determined that they want to spend money on the problem yet. So at this point, you're going to further not only educate, which tends to be top of funnel, but also help open up their eyes to the idea that something else could actually solve their problem. This would be great for like client testimonials. So in mid-funnel, you're looking at, wow, so-and-so had a similar problem as me. They were able to solve the problem. Maybe my problem has a solution too. All this time, I didn't know my problem had a solution, but I'm actually open to the idea of maybe exploring something. Now, bottom funnel content is I'm the coach for you. This is the program. Here's how you join, book a clarity call. This is someone that has been watching you for a while. They're lurking. They're so close to saying yes. So what's going to send them over the edge? It's going to be actually more psychological at this point, right? What is the cost of not moving forward? Why would you actually want to make a change? What does it look like if you live with this problem forever and you don't make a change? These folks don't care so much about education or even necessarily you. They're already bought into you. This is mid-funnel. They're like, I know I love this coach. I'm going to go ahead and just pull the trigger because I can't wait anymore. I need her to fix my problem for me. Okay. Now, let's dive deeper into this because there's a lot more layers to this type of content than simply top of funnel, mid, and bottom. Number one, someone can go from top of funnel to bottom very quickly. Okay. So it doesn't mean that this has to take a long time. And the reason the funnel is built like this is you have a lot of people come through, but only few end up buying. And that few could be thousands if you have a big reach, big audience, right? So the numbers are irrelevant. It's just expected to kind of look like a taper. Now, someone could, there have been folks that will follow me. 20 minutes later, they're in my DM. They are ready to go and joining my mastermind. That does happen, right? It happens more with lower ticket. So lower ticket, someone finds you, they comment, they buy. The lower the ticket, the faster you can go through the funnel. But even with high ticket, it could happen. Now, your niche matters. Here's why. If you're in a niche, I have a lot of clients in the weight loss, nutrition, coaching space, all of that. Your ideal client might be living in mid-funnel. And here's what I mean by that. Your ideal client probably already knows they have a problem because society helps with top of funnel content. They already know they have a problem because maybe they're binge eating every night. Maybe they've done 1,000 diets and they keep losing 10 pounds and gaining 10 pounds, right? So they are already mid-funnel. What they need to know is why you're different, why your program is different, and why they should pull the trigger, okay? So they might not need as much education about having a problem. They're like, I know I have a problem. I just want to know that you know what my problem is and you are the right person to help me. Now, the more you niche down, the more top of funnel is important. For example, if you are a weight loss coach, but you specifically focus on how you can improve cortisol levels to reduce stress so that you enjoy healthy foods more and you're not binge eating, this is a bit of a new concept. And so you need to go back to top of funnel content, educating on why I should even care about cortisol. How does cortisol affect me, right? So the more you niche into something that's not as wildly accepted or wildly known, the more you're going to need some top of funnel first and expect people to go through the funnel before they pull the trigger. How long it takes someone to go through the funnel depends on a lot of factors. Number one, pricing does matter, right? If I'm going to spend $75,000 on something, I'm going to take a while, right? Versus $7.50, I'm probably just going to buy it really quick and then forget about it. So pricing goes into that, but also there's a lot of other factors. Have I paid to have this problem solved before? Have I invested in other coaches and it didn't work out? That actually might slow me down, right? Because I've had a bad experience. Or have I invested in coaching and it's gone really well and I'm ready for my next coach? I might go through the funnel very quickly because I had a great experience and I recognize that I want to coach. And so I'm going to move forward through the funnel and I might not be as sensitive to the pricing, okay? Now, even more layers to this that are so cool to talk about when you really understand your business. You can actually target both in different parts of your feed. So top of funnel, you're going to see a lot of that in your feed. Those are maybe B-roll or carousels now, right? And the bottom funnel, I really like to focus on in my stories. You've probably heard people say conversion happens in stories. I like to say in my stories, people have their credit card out, right? Same as my DMs. If I get someone to watch a story and DM me, that's really bottom funnel. Now, this is where I see things can go wrong. Not understanding where your business is today, because your business is going to change. If I have a week where I do like 20 clarity calls, that's a lot. Let's say 10 clarity calls, right? Or even 5, because I'm a high ticket coach, so I don't do a ton. And those 5 people all had a great experience. I'm not someone that closes hard on calls. I don't really close at all. So they kind of think about it. I encourage them to. Now I know I have these 5 human beings out there that are thinking about working with me. I'm going to post a lot of bottom funnel content everywhere in my feed, in my stories, because these 5 people are so close to saying yes. Now, last June, I remember this so clearly. I had so many people right here and they pulled the trigger, like one after the next. Everyone kept signing and joining. Well, guess what happened? All my bottom funnel people converted into clients. And so I didn't have any more bottom funnel people. So the trap I see coaches get into is you sign up a bunch of people from bottom funnel and you keep posting bottom funnel content because you're thinking it worked. Well, it worked because you had a bunch of people here. But as your pipeline diminishes and people start either moving forward to yeses or moving forward to nos, hopefully all yeses, you need to replenish your pipeline. And so even though that content was working for you, you now need to post top of funnel content, okay? Because you need to get new people into your pipeline. So getting stuck only doing one is a huge issue. Let's dive a little bit deeper. You are promoting a new program, you're blowing this thing up, you have tons of people that are joining and the program launches. So people are going through the funnel, and they sign up and then the doors close. What do you post next? Here's the thing. I bet you have people that missed out that are still sitting here bottom funnel. So you have a couple options. You can open up another round. You can switch to an evergreen program, which I help a lot of my clients do. You could create a wait list. So all these bottom funnel people have a place to go until you open the doors again, right? And then you get back into the content that kind of moves people through. All right. So really taking the time to understand, this is where my audience is at. This is where my business is at. Where do I need to be? Is going to be a difference maker for content that actually converts. Because if you're posting top of funnel and you have a bunch of bottom funnel people, you're actually selling them out of it. They don't need to be resold to, and all your content is doing that. If you have a bunch of if your bottom funnel is empty and you don't have any top of funnel content, you're not pouring new people in, right? So you don't have anyone here, but all your content is conversion content. Join my program. It's not going to work. So really taking the time to understand your business, understand the kind of content that your audience needs today, which is not the same content that they need next month or the month after, is going to be a difference maker for content that actually works for you. Okay. I hope you found that super helpful. Here's the deal, you guys. Hope you love this. You are probably going to want to get into my 5-day challenge, Conversion Queen. This is a 5-day bootcamp challenge where I get into all of this and break out, what do these posts look like for top of funnel? What do they look like for bottom funnel? What is the formula to actually get these to convert in stories? How does email play a game in all of this? Because it's huge when it's done correctly. And you got to join this bootcamp to see all of this. It's a low ticket, incredible bootcamp that walks you through everything. So grab a seat in Conversion Queen, and I will see you in the 5 days. Cannot wait.